Are you ready to create a life you crave? Let's spin that doom loop of negativity into an upward success cycle and start living lucky.
Good morning.
I'm Jana.
I'm Jason.
And we are living lucky.
You are too.
We're talking about meditation today.
Oh, that sounds good.
I often hear, am I doing it right? How do you meditate? And it takes practice.
Yeah, I didn't do it for a long time because I didn't think I could do it right.
If there is one thing, I am a firm believer in gratituding. I talk about gratituding, and I will say gratituding is what led me to meditation. But meditation, I did gratituding religiously for a year, and I still do gratituding. So don't let me discard gratituding.
Actually, I think that might have been the key. Now looking back and pulling that sheet back, I think that might have been the key that kind of led me into being able to meditate just fully and openly.
Meditation, though, was that next step, and we have been meditating now for years. It takes practice. And I will tell you, there's some days where my meditation will go deep and it will go inward, and I will transcend to places where I feel like I am with this universal energy. I almost plug into an infinite intelligence and answers come to me. I am with divinity. It is divine. There are also times when I am literally just changing my state slightly to where I am putting my body to sleep and recharging my body while my mind is still becoming aware. It's almost practicing awareness, and it's called hypnagogic. It's a state of mind right between sleep and awakeness.
Yeah, I call it like between the here and there.
Yes, and it literally is, you're right on the point of relaxing, and you allow your body to go to sleep, but you practice keeping your mind somewhat alert, and you're still somewhat conscious, so you can practice where your mind is going and what your thoughts and your feelings are. And that state of mind is very susceptible. So it's very malleable to what you want. So when you're in that state, you need to be very conscious of what you're thinking and what you're feeling, because it's almost like putting yourself in a hypnotized version of yourself.
What's funny, I believe, and this, I'm not a psychiatrist I'm almost a certified hypnotherapist though, but I believe that a lot of people land in this state as they're falling asleep and they're watching certain television at night. So what's happening?
We all do. We all become hypnotized, whether we're in a conversation, whether we're watching a movie, whether we are listening to a song. We become hypnotized by the words, by the music. We allow ourselves to go into the theta waves, the alpha waves, there's different states of our brain waves that we're in. There's beta, alpha, theta, and delta. Now, delta is when you're in that deep sleep. And the waves in between are when you are very susceptible to different learning patterns. Well, advertisers know this. The movie producers, they know the formula for all epic movies. They know what gets you sucked in.
And emotionally charged and gets your brain pumping out these chemicals that get you into these certain...
They are speaking to your subconscious mind. So they literally have a formula that puts you into a hypnotic rhythm. And then they are literally telling the story to your subconscious mind, which again, is why we need to be very, very careful of the movies and the television and the music that we listen to.
That's why we feel like it draws us in.
Yes.
It hit when you feel drawn into it, it's really just hypnotically drawing you in.
Yes.
It's pulling you.
Yes.
And that's how we can use meditation to draw us towards whatever we want in life.
But my advice to anyone is to just try being still. Because you cannot do meditation incorrectly. Meditation really starts by just being still and learning to harness your thoughts and your feelings. It's really becoming the master of your own domain. You know, Joe Dispenza often says it's like taming a wild horse. And it literally is saying when your thoughts start saying, I can't sit here any longer. I am so bored. I don't know what I'm doing. This is stupid. I'm wasting my time. That's exactly when you need to sit there and say, I am stronger than my thoughts, and we are going to sit here until I say we're not going to sit here any longer.
That rings so true, because I remember sitting through the master retreat where we sat in it was almost a 5 or 6 hour meditation one day. And it was my body. Like, it wasn't necessarily my mind, but it was my body telling my mind, I'm uncomfortable. My butt hurts. My back hurts. My legs hurt. And it was my mind going, hey, you're okay. You're doing nothing. Be okay with it. Relax. Enjoy it.
Get comfortable.
And as my mind started saying, you're greater than your body. We're together. We're greater than our mind. We're just here. We are better. We are greater than whatever is the circumstance. Then I was able to just it was weird because I was able to rise out of it and above it in just a different state of beingness.
And the more you practice, the better you get. I'm telling you, I've had times where I can go into some pretty crazy places. And when I say crazy, crazy good. I'm talking where I'm seeing energy, and I'm literally seeing the patterns of how the universe works together and where I fit into it.
Oh, that's nice. That's a good feeling.
Yes.
That goes back to the Mark Twain quote that when you realize what your purpose is in life.
Yeah, it hasn't quite come to me in that way, but I can literally see the patterns working together, you know, when I close my eyes, and then all of a sudden I become one of the patterns. And when I become one of the patterns and I see, oh yeah, there's a reason that I'm here and that I need to be patterning along with all these other patterns.
And this is what the outside pattern looks like. This is what I'm trying to do. This is what I want to do. And this is where I'm going. So if I want to do that, this is how I need to fit into this pattern that's happening around me.
And really, the more I think about it, the more I'm getting in the way. I just need to allow it to happen.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Like all these other little bits are figuring it out, and they're all going where they need to go. The birds, the bees, all the animals are figuring it out. They're all going where they need to go.
If I had a nickel for every time I thought that I was doing everything the way it should be done.
Is the key word there.
And then I realized that I'm the one getting in my own way. And it usually comes to me through meditation or through someone else looking in, but I could never see it. Mm-hmm. And
it's so true. So again, meditation allows us to get out of our own minds, get out of our own bodies, and almost be a witness. Almost be a witness to what's happening and what's going on here.
Yeah. Suspend, get out of reality and look at reality.
Yeah.
Or look at the reality as
from a higher perspective.
Yes, look at it
that.
And as we want it, as it could be.
And again, you come out of it and you feel recharged, relaxed. You feel like you've let things go. It just, overall, it has just been a win, 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 win for me. And sometimes I do fall asleep. That's the key. And when I do fall asleep, I don't beat myself up about it. I say, maybe my body needed to fall asleep. Maybe my mind needed that.
And the things that come to you during the meditation can come right back. The more you do it, the more, and then the easier it is to recall those things. Mm-hmm. So it's this morning, I had something that came to me and it was powerful. It was one of those insights that was like, oh my gosh, I have to hold on to this. But then I kept going and I drifted. I drifted past the peak. Mm-hmm. And so I fell into the deeper sleep. And then I came back and I was like, oh no. And then I started getting like anxious about it.
And that's one reason why they say don't lay down or don't meditate in bed, is so that you don't associate meditating with sleep. However, I find sitting up and meditating, I do get uncomfortable. I like to make sure that my body is comfortable before I start.
Well, you're sitting all day.
I'm sitting all day, so it also is
it's a good change of position,
yeah,
like
that's
that juxtaposition in your normal posture. So
I don't know if I'm justifying.
So I
this,
get
but
to stand. I'm standing most of the day, or I don't know. Are we justifying?
Yeah, we might be justifying.
What works for you? That's the thing, is find what works for you. There's no wrong way to eat a Reese's. There's no wrong way to meditate.
I like even Joe Dispenza's walking meditations.
Oh, I love that. Walking
are
into
fun.
your higher self, walking into your future.
Yeah.
Oh, those are powerful. I feel like we did that for so long with our gratitude walks, and we
did that without knowing what we were doing.
Yeah, and then when we went to the retreat, and he's like, "This is why you do what you do."
And I was like, "We've been doing this.
Like, that is why we do what we do, but we didn't know that's what we were doing."
Right? Jason and I would take these, we called them gratitude walks, and we literally would walk around the pond, and we would say what we were grateful for, and like literally that's all we could talk about is what we were grateful for.
That feels like what my Camino was, and that's like it brought up so much emotion. It allowed me to leave so much emotion. Like every step I left behind was kind of some baggage that I was letting go of. It was something I was taking out of my backpack to say, I don't need this anymore, and something that I was moving towards.
It opens your heart and it puts your body and your heart in coherence, is what it does.
And puts you on a direction.
And when your body is aligned with your soul, and your soul's purpose is aligned with God, then it just all starts coming together. And while you're walking and meditating, it's like you're putting it into action.
Oh,
you're putting it into action. So you're not just thinking about it. You're not just feeling it. You're actually moving and doing. You're moving and doing.
And that creates a new pattern.
It helps your cells in your body memorize the feeling, the motion, the thought. Because what happens in our life is that a lot of times our bodies become our mind. Now that's hard to conceptualize if you've never experienced it. But sometimes our bodies will have such a visceral reaction to something that they will memorize an emotion. Have you ever had...
Well, think of mental exhaustion. You get mentally exhausted.
Yes.
And you keep telling yourself, oh, like decision fatigue. I'm so tired. And it's really, I just don't want to have to make another decision. You're coming home from work every single day, and someone says, what do you want for dinner? And you're like, I don't care.
And you literally,
and then you just plop on the couch.
Plop. You do. You plop. I wanted to say you plow down, but you literally plop down and you go, I don't care. Just whatever. Order whatever.
And then you find a couple months later that you're now, your body is now fatigued. Mm-hmm. So you went from just having mental fatigue or decision fatigue to mental fatigue to body fatigue, and now you don't want to move.
You've conditioned your body to feel that way because your brain was like that and you said it out loud, and now you've taught your body how to feel.
You've created
and
a
now
self-fulfilling prophecy.
And now that your body feels that way, so now it's telling your brain to feel that way. And it becomes this loop that you can't get out of.
Or you feel like you can't get out of it.
Yeah, you get stuck in. You get stuck. Your brain tells your body you're exhausted.
It's a trained
Then
pattern.
your body tells your brain you're exhausted. And next thing you know, you're fucking exhausted.
And it's all this evidence that points to, yes, I'm exhausted. This is my new identity.
And to break out of that it takes conscious effort. It takes conscious effort. Woo. Okay, we've experienced a lot. Our advice is just try it. Just try it and start doing it on a daily basis. Practice.
Yeah,
Practice.
And I would say if you need some help, go to our YouTube page. Go to the Living Lucky YouTube page. There's several meditations on there that are just nice guided meditations. And they're fun.
I think maybe we should start coming up with some more. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it's great. You do a great job. I love your voice. They help me.
You love my voice. Oh.
I get to listen to it all day long. I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I'm living lucky.
Have a great day, guys. Thanks for joining us.
Keep
Bye-bye.
living lucky.
If the idea of living lucky appeals to you, visit us at startlivinglucky.com.